Hello and welcome. My name is Jason L. Scott the First, and I want to be the first one to welcome you to the team and, more importantly, welcome you to the family. Now, my job is to actually introduce you to our four-step system, and I'm just one of the leaders here at New Global Dynasty, our organization that we're building here inside of TLC. See, I've been in the industry of home-based business for the past 20 years, and I'm psychologically unemployable. That basically means that there's no way that I'm going to work for somebody for the rest of my life until I leave this earth. So I know how many of you felt when you looked at this concept for the very first time and you decided that this was going to be your path to your financial journey. Now, I want to make sure we get some things clear. Always take notes each and every time you log into a call, because there's four levels of listening: listening to, listening at, listening with, and listening for, F-O-R. Listening for is the highest level of listening. So I want you to be paying very close attention, focusing in with what I'm saying, what I'm coaching, and what I'm teaching. Because when people always say, well, I don't have any experience in networking or home-based business, it basically, you got to ask yourself, do you have any experience in really following instructions? And if you do, I'm going to share with you how by basically following these four steps, not only you can have a fantastic journey in home-based business, but you can actually build teams into the tens of thousands like I have as well. All right, so let's get started. The very first thing I want you to understand, when you first bring somebody into the organization and into the team, is I want to make sure you focus on the very first thing, which is becoming a product of the product. Now, a product of the product basically means this, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Becoming a product of a product basically means that when you first get yourself involved in the organization, you're gonna buy your tools now, and it's gonna help you start to duplicate your success very quickly. Now, the second step is going to be build a list of contacts. Successful people build networks, and one of the first things that they do is they go directly to their Rolodex or the contacts that they've made to your actual, the people that you know, all of the contact that you created, your network is a direct correlation to your net worth, and I'm going to show you how to tap into that as well. Your third step that you're going to do is actually build your business from the comfort of your home. See, now get this, guys, right from the very beginning. Even though you're going to be home-based, it doesn't mean that you're going to always be in the home building your business. All right, and this, of course, step 4 is plug into the system now. Let me go ahead and jump some things to help you explain more in detail what I mean by each and every step. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is when you first get yourself involved, you want to make sure that you buy 3 packs of tea from your sponsor. Now, I say 3 packs is because when you first join, even though you bought a product packed already, it's going to take 3, maybe 5 days, even longer if you're out of the country for your product to actually get there. So I always say buy 3 packs of tea. Now, 3 packs of tea makes it economical for a person who's in their mindset. They may have felt that they've just invested all this money, but this is no different than any school you go to. You pay for the tuition, and once you pay for the tuition, they'll come back and say, now, these are the tools that you're going to need in order to build your business. So I want you to understand that you have to look at this the same way. You're in training, you're in school, you're actually building a business, and you're going to need some tools. So this helps you start to build your business very quickly. Now, what that means is this. You're going to actually buy 1 to consume, because we look for a testimonial within the first 48 hours. And then, of course, 2, that you can actually resume your business. Now, that basically means when you first get started, I tell people will join more at the height of your enthusiasm than the depth of your knowledge. So when people are excited, you want to make sure they have some tea, that they don't have to wait. Because when you start telling everybody about the fact that you got some tea, people say, well, where is it? See, I actually got a young lady started a few days ago, and she actually did the same exact system, bought the tea. But also, I always tell people you can at least buy the tea for wholesale. That means at cost that your sponsor actually paid for it, or you want to sell it to your rep at cost because their business is your business. So they have one to actually to consume and 2 to resume business. But she also bought a little bit more extra products, and she actually earned in her first 15 minutes about $60. And in the first 3 days, $500 part-time, and I'm going to show you how. Now, once you have actually got your 3 packs of tea, your 1 to consume, and for you can have your testimonial within the first 48 hours, and 2 to resume business. See, I want you to don't have to wait for your products to get there. I want you to already have the ability to be able to make retail sales like that young lady did in the first few minutes. Actually have a chance to, you can actually find your first new people. See, I always tell people in our whole process of this, we're going to do events for you, and we're going to call and talk to people with you and for you, and you want to have your products on hand because people are more likely to get the products from you or want to sample it when you actually have them in hand. All right? Also, when it comes to being a product of the product, that means setting yourself on proper auto ship. Now, proper auto ship is basically product replacement. Don't get that confused, because a lot of times when people get involved with these companies, the first thing they ask is, well, how much do I have to spend on a monthly basis? I'm like, you understand this is a real business, right? It's no different than a business that you have actually got started and you open up a clothing store. You don't say how much I'm going to have to spend on a monthly basis to stay open. That's part of your process of understanding that the lights and the building is going to be what the cost is. But the product that you have to replace, you don't wait until you sell out of all your jeans, and then when somebody comes in, you say, oh, I wanted to see if you want to actually come back. And now that you have, I'm going to buy some more jeans. No, you make sure that you replace your products so you always have products. All right, now, so when that happens, I always tell people to select 80 to 120 PV, personal volume minimum. Never let your minimums be your maximum, but you want to do between 80 to 120. The reason why, guys, because as you start to build inside the compensation plan, you're going to find that, like 120 is basically about the maximum that you have to be able to utilize in order to keep your pay coming in order for your volume not to flush, in order for you to continue doing a legal business, right, so it doesn't become a pyramid scheme. All right, so whenever you're actually participating in that whole process, you're actually running a traditional real business. All right, so you're trading income for the actual product that you're going to be utilizing. Now, let me help you understand a few things that's going to keep it very simple for you. If you really understand what product replacement means, it basically means when you first get involved, not only are you going to be looking to say, well, let me see who I can get that I can sell this stuff to. No, you got involved because what you want to do is you want to be able to live a healthier lifestyle. So for myself, it's a natural thing for me to actually have like this. I'll actually have, when it comes to my products on a monthly basis, I like to have all of the things that I need for myself and my family in order for us to be able to stay healthy. Now, let me explain. When you get involved here, you'll see that NutriBurst is one of the best products on the market for liquid nutrition, and people love the NutriBurst, and I love the NutriBurst as well. So this is going to be what I utilize for myself. I'm just going to be at least 40 right here in personal volume on a monthly basis. So whether I do it on a monthly basis or I say every week, let me make sure I at least get my NutriBurst 1 week. Now, again, for me, because I was a paratrooper in the military, and as I gotten older, I feel aches and pains and things in my body, and I've had several family members that passed away from different illnesses and diseases like cancer and diabetes and high blood pressure, and like my mother and my 6 of my aunts and my family members who got diabetes, so many different things. So for me, health and wellness is important. So if I have a chance that I can actually utilize our nutraceuticals like our Gano, matter of fact, Google all of these things if you have it, Ganoderma, whatever it is that you can think of, whether it's Ganoderma, cancer, Ganoderma, diabetes, whatever. Also, another product I like to use is my chaga. All right, so if I'm using chaga, that's going to be my own personal auto ship as well. Same thing for here. I love to use the NRG for mental clarity and for the fact that I'm working all hours of the day and even for myself, because I got people in all parts of the world right now. So the NRG is also something that I utilize for myself on a daily basis, and also the Chewy, because as I'm getting older, the Chewy is strong for protein. Even though all of our products can pretty much be like anti-everything, inflammation, all type of different things. When you Google it, you're going to see. But this is also strong for protein, so I use it to help keep my muscles building and replenishing itself. So these are products that I use for myself already. But also when it comes to the ISO oil, I use that as well. So if I'm utilizing these products for myself, then that must mean that just by this being 40 and 40 and 40 and 40 and 40, I'm already at 120, 180 myself just for my personal use. So don't get that misconstrued that you're saying, well, I got to spend money on all of this stuff. No, you're looking to strike up whenever it's time for you and your family to strike up, or you want to be in love with the spouse, or that you guys are actually utilizing the tea on a daily basis, so you're going to get 4 packs of tea at least. See, understanding being a product of the product means you're going to be utilizing your product. Your wife may be on the eyelashes on a daily basis, so this could be a product of hers. You guys may be on the ACG, or you may actually be on the resolution, or even our slim. Guys, listen, when people right now are seeing how strong that slim R has been working as they rub it around their thighs and the width, the midsection, they're seeing that they're slimming down and losing a lot of the weight in the pounds and the actual, the cellulite and things like that. People, they're using that for auto ship. That means their product replacement. That means their personal use. You guys understand? Am I making it clear? So understand that you want to set yourself up to where you can win in that capacity, but also understand that the minimum that you really need in order for you, until you start to really build a business, is at least 40. As long as you keep at least 40 in personal volume on a monthly basis, guys, then you'll be okay. But I recommend never let your minimums be your maximums. If you want to have true success, then you become a product of the product and let people see that you're utilizing these products on a daily and a weekly basis, right, and even monthly basis. So I want you to go to teamngd.com and register immediately. When you go there, you're going to actually have a chance to have the emails and the updates for all the different events that we may be doing and what's going on. And we like to send out different things for the organization. Just keep up with everybody who may not actually be plugged into any additional systems. A lot of times when brand new people get started, they don't always know what to do. So we like to make sure that we initiate that. And we teach everybody exactly what's necessary in order for them to win. Just plug in, and we'll keep everyone connected. All right? So make sure you get yourself registered right now. Also, when you get online, you can actually download and print your Dare to Dream, your D2D. That's basically your home study course where you're going to find the 4 steps, and you're going to find your class schedules, and you're going to find your scripts that you're going to be able to utilize. When you get online, you're going to see all the documents and forms and things that you can utilize to actually successfully build a huge organization around the world. All right. Also, you can get online and you can download your Go Regional calendar. Regional is one of the top prestigious pen levels in the company. Going regional, the average person doing regional, maybe earning an extra $10, $15, even $20,000 a month of income. So we've helped people in this company go regional within the first month, the first 2 or 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. But we actually have it designed that if you follow the system, the way the system is laid out, that regional within the first 30 days is absolutely possible. All right, so print that calendar out. Why? Because professionals, guys, they actually build anything they do from a calendar. You go to your doctor's office, they're not going to ask you, when you say, well, doc, I want to come in and see you. They're not going to say to you, well, let me see what let me think off the top of my head. No, what they're going to actually do is they're going to say, let me check my what? My calendar. So I want to make sure you get your calendar together so we can help you launch as well. So get that calendar. And the person who's with you right now is to actually have one that they're giving you so they can start to schedule out your first few events, all right? So actually get online now that you've done all that and you've downloaded the compensation plan so you can learn how where the pen levels are. And as we go through other trainings with the comp plan videos, you have that in your hand, as well as the presentation. Because the faster you take ownership of your own business, understand this is no different than if you were an insurance agent. You would have to start now talking to people about the insurance. It's no different than that. You're a real estate agent. You have to start talking to people about the houses and homes. It's no different than that. We do the same exact thing here. So to learn it is easily understood that it's on-the-job training. So when I'm doing a presentation or your leadership or doing a presentation, you want to know how you learn it? By downloading the presentation, and while they're going through it, you're taking notes, you're learning the stories. See, we always say that facts tell, but stories, that's what sells. So the stories are what you're going to get, guys, when you're there. All right? You're going to better have other resources that you can get online when you go to shopmytlc.com, like your Momentum magazines and actually your TLC calendars and things like that. And, even myself, even though I actually like to have this Momentum magazine here and also make sure I get my calendar out, guys, because, again, planning my schedule on a daily basis and your schedule on a daily basis is absolutely important. All right? And then, of course, guys, when it comes to being a product of the product, personal development is key. You have to understand that you have to be a product of your own environment. A lot of times we're the product of the environment of the people we've been around. They say your income is going to be the average of your 5 best friends. You hang around 5 people who are broke and not successful, you're bound to be the 6th one. So if you want to learn how to think the way successful people think, I recommend you get yourself in a personal development program. Now, we actually have Jim Rome. Now, Jim Rome, he has a audio that's called Building Your Network Marketing Business, and that's been an incredible audio that people have been able to get on. You can actually get online and YouTube that Jim Rome, and you'll see, guys, that's going to help give you a perception and help give you some understanding that when people start to come in and try to sway you away from your decision that you want to become financially, dependent upon yourself, and you're going to have friends and family and situations that's going to come up and try to stop you, you have to be guarded against that. And Jim Rome does a great job on teaching you that. All right? So make sure you start plugging into personal development. So now, step 2 is going to be build a list of contacts. Now, you build a list of contacts, but like I said earlier, guys, your network is a direct correlation of your net worth. And because of this, guys, you want to make sure that you do your homework tonight in the next 24 hours. I get a little bit of that tea. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me get a little bit more. All right? So in the next 24 hours, you actually want to build you a list of contacts. Listen, it's important that you follow every step, the way it's laid out, because there's always a reason behind the reason that you don't quite understand yet. And I'm going to tell people to build a list of 100 names and numbers, and people will come back with 2 names and 5 names and start saying they don't know anybody and all these other things. But guys, trust me. If I told you that I would give you $100 for every name that you put down that paper, up to $5,000, how many names do you put down? Okay, that's what I thought. So you could find names then, right? All right, if you can get a chance to get $100,000 for every name that you put down, you can earn $1,000. How many names would you give me? 100,000. Like 100 names. You get $1,000 for each name. So you get $100,000. You would do that? But guys, understand this. In this industry, you can actually earn a 6-figure income from the contacts that you have in your list and the contacts you have in your database. The more people that you have, that gives us a better opportunity for us to explain this concept to people for you. So we always tell you that you do the ushering, you let us do the preaching, and you take home the offering, and it's just that simple. All right? So you're going to build a list of contacts. 50 who choose to lose. And I like to say 50 who choose to lose, whether they choose they should lose or you choose they should lose, but 50 who choose to lose, and then 50 and business improves. That means because you get them involved in your company, your personal business will improve, but also giving them an opportunity that they can do something for themselves and their family, business, and their lives improves as well. So put that down, guys. And once you put those 100 names and numbers down, now we're going to help you have a wealthy focus, because wealthy people, they focus on OPM, like other people's money, or OPE, other people's efforts, or OPI, other people's ideas, or LFOPM, learn from other people's mistakes. So we're going to teach you to do the same thing. So also when you get online and you go to the Team NGD site, you can actually learn the 2 questions. Download that information so you can learn the 2 questions. And the 2 questions are basically, who do you know? Do you anybody you know like to lose 5 pounds in 5 days, earn an extra $1,000, $3,000 a week? Or who do you know would like to lose 5 pounds in 5 days and earn an extra $1,000, $3,000 a week while doing it? See, those 2 simple questions have literally created multi-millionaires in this company. All right? So actually download your QRS, which is a quick retail script, and we're going to show you how to use those 50 who choose to lose. You can use your retail script on and get immediate income. And also 50 in business improves, that we're going to teach you the PS3, peak interest, show the plan, and 3-way call. And that document is part of the Dare to Dream packet. Whenever you go online, you actually download the information. So we're going to teach you how to successfully contact and invite. All right? So the next thing is actually step 3, building your business. Now, when it says building your business, we're going to teach you how to actually build an effective, a strong business from the comfort of your home. Now, whenever somebody joins, you want to make sure you do a welcome call. And I'm going to do that with you now, because many of you have probably, you listen to this information, you may be part of my personal organization. And even if you're not, let me say to you, welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. Guys, listen, you have an incredible sponsor, and that sponsor that you have is plugged into the systems, and I'm sure they're telling you all about this incredible system that we use in these 4 steps that has going on to help people earn 5, 6, even 7 figures in this company, and compress their time. So you actually have a chance to plug into the same system. So let me again say to you, welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. Now, once we do that, guys, I want to make sure that you know that now it's time for us to get our calendar out. Now, when you get your calendar out, at this point, this is where building the business really takes root. because now they got your calendar out, guys. We're going to actually help you schedule your game plan interview. That means tomorrow when we get back together in the first 24 hours, we're going to talk about your goal setting, and we're going to talk about how we're going to help you get director, but you got to have that list first. How we're going to help you get regional, but you have to have the list first. And we're going to schedule the time that we're going to get together tomorrow to go through your initial marketing training. That means that's why you got to download that quick detail script, as well as watch the video for it. All right, and that PS3. Download that and watch the video for it so you can understand how to effectively retail and recruit. Oh, this is a traditional business. You do know that, right? You know how you buy wholesale and you sell retail, but then you also hire people, which means you're recruiting people. All right, so we're going to help you do the same thing here. Now, that's going to be in the first 24 to 48 hours. Everything that I'm sharing with you right now, this time frame is how you're going to be able to compress the time. There's never been a job that you've gone to that you want to know what the longest it can take you to earn a paycheck. Every time you got in a job, you want to know what's the fastest you can get a paycheck. And if they're able to give you a paycheck in your first week for going to work, you want that paycheck. So our job is to help you make a paycheck in your first week. So the time frames that we have in place are designed to help you earn a paycheck in your first week. All right? So we're going to schedule that now. Get your calendar out. And once you get your calendar, if that's today is Monday, I want to schedule the time to get with you on Tuesday so that we can actually fill out, schedule this when we get together tomorrow so we can talk about the homework you're going through, the videos you watched all night, and start setting things in place for what your goals are. All right? So now we're going to schedule that. Now we're also going to schedule your initial VGO or virtual grand opening. Because, again, now that you're into the system, all I want to do is I want to open up my calendar, and I actually want to schedule, all right? I want to get my calendar out, and I want to schedule your first virtual grand opening. And that virtual grand opening basically is a way for you to expose your business to everybody at one time. Now, it creates a sense of urgency, and that's why you want to get started on that immediately. All right? So you also want to schedule your wild parties, what we call T for two. Like I say, T for two and two for T. But I like to be able to make sure we schedule your T for two wild party. So that means you can invite some people over, guys, using the PS3, and we're going to help you in your process to actually invite some people over. We're going to share the plan with them. We're going to do the work for you in the very beginning. We're going to help you get 2 customers or 2 reps. See, because if we can help you get 2 customers and you start earning some fast income, like the young lady I told you, I got started in the business, and within 15 minutes, she actually sold some tea, and she got some customers. She made $60 in the first 15 minutes. She said, I know this works. $500 in the first 3 days, I know this works. So when you help them earn income, they get more enthusiastic about it. But also, when you help them recruit somebody else, they get even more enthusiastic because now they see that their network is growing, and they're starting to leverage their time. And you want to help them become binary qualified. That means a person on their left and a person on their right. And you want to do that in the first 3 to 5 days. You want to actually schedule it for your first wild party, your TF2 or your wild party. So, again, once you schedule your VGO, that's going to be your virtual grand opening. If you're one person that just feel like you don't know a whole lot of people, or you may be a little tentative, we're not going to pressure you to do 2 or 3. Now, myself, I've done several launch calls over the course of several days. I didn't know who I was going to call. I didn't care. I just was going to call people and get them on the call because the young lady that I was working with, my personal sponsor, Stormy Wellington, she actually said that she earned 7 figures in 7 months by just calling people from her list. She earned $5,000 her first week. So I said, well, if she can do it, let me see if I can do it as well. Matter of fact, I said, I know I can do it as well. Now, I didn't earn $5,000 my first week, but I did earn $4,500 my first week because I did exactly what I'm saying to you right now. I put all these things in place. I scheduled some launch calls, which I want to expose as many people as I could over the course of several days. First week, $4,500. Now, results are not typical for everybody, but they can be based on how much you really buy into the information that I'm sharing with you right now. All right? Understand this, guys. All you're going to do is schedule it. Because you got started today, I'm going to get back with you tomorrow and go over your game plan interview. From that time, we're already having your book that we're going to do a VGO for you on that Wednesday. That means your virtual grand opening. You can get people all around the U.S. or all around the world on that one call and webinar if you're doing a webinar as well. And then from there on Thursday, I may have your first event. So people who join on Wednesday can actually come out and try the product, and they can invite guests as well. So I'll help you get your first 2 from the VGO, and I'll help you sponsor some more people at the home party. And then the ones who join from the VGO can bring their guests, and they can sponsor people at the home party. And that's how we're able to help people, guys, in their first week, not only go director, which is one of our first corporate positions in the company, but actually start to earn an extra $3,000 to $5,000 to $1,000, guys, in their first week. Like the young lady that I got started, Eileen, she actually earned $1,000 in her first week, just doing the same exact thing what I'm coaching you on. What can you do with an extra $1,000 in your first week? All right, and we're going to show you how to do that. Now, understand, guys, there's no cancellation. No cancellation. Once we put it on the books and we confirm it, no cancellation. Appointments times actions equals success. So you guys ever heard that statement that says faith without works? Yeah, that means you got to go to work. So you can't just have the faith, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what's going to happen. But then you don't go to work, nothing happens. Appointments times your actions equals success. And that's going to take you into your step 3. All right? Step 3 that you're going to actually plug into, is going to actually take you to the point. I'm sorry, step 4. It's going to take you to where you actually plug into the system. Now, just so you know, once you plug into the system here, guys, plugging into the system is going to be, it's going to be important for you long term to have the success you want to have. You got to be committed to for like 24 months. A lot of times we get involved with a company and the first week we quit. The first 2 weeks we quit. But we've been quitters, and people have been quitters all their lives. They join gyms, they quit. They join churches, they quit. They join jobs, they quit. Get relationships, they quit. And most times you don't even know why you're quitting, outside the fact that you may be laziness, whatever, who knows. But the thing is, guys, let this be the thing that you don't quit. Commit to yourself for 24 months that you're going to plug into the calls and the trainings and the webinars and everything you're going to need. Now you see right here, guys, based off of the call schedule, this is no different than you going to school. When you go to school, they give you the same information that you see right here on the webinar. Now, when they give you a class schedule, you just show up. Nobody's going to call you and say, listen, let me make sure you understand everything. They may say, you know how to get there? They're not going to send you a text every day to remind you to go to class. Your boss is not going to send you a text to remind you to show up to your job. You got to put these calls in your phone, and you got to allow yourself to do this thing because this is what you're committed to. All right? So as we wrap it up, guys, I do want to say this to you. Plug into that system long term. Make sure that you're committed to your whole process. But as you see at the bottom, it says plug into your sponsor at least once a day to build relationships and rebuild the confidence. Because when people join, a lot of times they're going to get beat up. And people who are negative naysayers or people who just don't believe, people who have been working jobs all their lives and they don't see themselves as doing nothing else except remaining in that same rut, they're going to try to tear you down and try to stop you as well. And you must allow yourself not to be stopped in your process. So just so you know, the simplicity of what's going to happen, guys, because once you actually go through the 4 steps and the simplicity of what I share with you, it's going to round it off just this quick, and we're going to be done. You're going to do step 1 when you join, become a product of the product and get your T in hand so you can start to build your business quickly. Do the other things like register, make sure your order ships correctly, plug into personal development, and download your tools online. So now once you do that, you're going to go home that night. All right, and we're going to tell you, you're going to build a list of contacts, and that's going to be your homework. Build your contacts, 100 names and numbers, so we can actually get you off to a great launch, because amateurs, they start a business, but professionals, they launch one. So now that you have gone home and you put that in place, the next day, we're going to actually start focusing on building your business. So now we say, you know what, we're going to build your business. You got your list today? Yes, great. Let me go ahead and go and help you make phone calls for all the things that we scheduled last night. Remember, we scheduled your initial game plan interview. Remember, we scheduled your VGO. We scheduled your actual calls, and you schedule your home party, your wild party. Yeah. Now that we schedule all these things, now we're going to actually do them. And once we do them, somebody does what? Somebody joins. And when somebody joins, what happens? You go back to step 1. Product of the product, build some contacts, build your business from home, and actually start doing some events. Somebody joins, what happens? Go back to step 1. Guys, it's just that simple. This is Jason L. Scott the First. Plug into your 4 steps. Use your 4-step system. Don't be afraid, guys. Always understand that people need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy, and you yourself must choose to be an example. So as we wrap this up in this 4-step training, I want you to always remember this. Given the sum total of all your decisions, you cannot change who you are, but given new life, new vision, new unity, can change who you become. So with that today, let's each and every one of us, let's all just become. You guys have a great one. Thanks a lot, everybody. Love you all.